What else do we need to do? Love. This is a t-shirt. This is a t-shirt right here. Love has feet. Brittany, artist, get on it. Love has feet. Y'all get it to Josh. He'll get them printed. We'll have them next week, $29.95. I'll give the church the $95. Just kidding. Outreach, outreach, outreach. We need to ramp it up. Number 4, a church that loves like Jesus doesn't require people to get better before we love them. A church that loves like Jesus doesn't require people to get better before we love them. I've told this story before. Y'all have heard it. Probably some of you have heard it, some of you have not. One year we needed help at camp. And I put out that we needed help at camp. And Jeremy called me. He said, I'll help you at camp if you need help. I said, well, thank God. I called Melanie. I said, Jeremy Tankersley is going to help us at camp this year. And I said, so find him something to do. So the counselor list came out, and Jeremy Tankersley was on the counselor list. And I picked up the phone and called Melanie. I said, what in the cat hair are you doing? She said, what are you talking about? I said, you got Jeremy Tankersley down as a counselor. I said, he's a heathen. See, I worked with Jeremy, and I tell this story all the time. I worked with Jeremy at UFP for years, and on break time, me and Josh would go take a nap on a cart or something, but Jeremy and all his cronies would go outside, and they would get in a van, and it would look like Cheech and Chong was in the van. So, in other words, there's a van on fire outside, smoke boiling out the windows of the van. I'm sure it was only cigarettes, though. So I said, Melanie, what are you doing? I said, he can't be no counselor. He don't even know who Jesus is. What do you mean we're going to put him in a cabin where he's going to teach people about Jesus? And she said, well, what do you want me to do? I said, I don't know. You called it. It's your fault. It's your fault. You fix it. No, but I said, you know what? Put him with somebody that's strong in the faith. And if I'm not mistaken, you got with John David, right? I said, put him with somebody strong in the faith, John David. Let John David carry the spiritual part of it. And Jeremy will just be there to help. So that's what we did. And you know, I watched Jeremy every morning because I was always up early. I'd watch Jeremy get up early. He'd go to his car, he'd smoke him a cigarette. At least that's what he said he was smoking. And then it was before the kids got up, then he'd come back and he would deal with the kids all day. And when that camp was over with, Jeremy came to me and he said, you know what? He said, you brought me here to help kids. Well, the kids helped me. And he said, I have learned more from them kids than they could ever learn from me. Shortly after that, Jeremy gave his heart to Jesus.